Yeah, it was my first job ever, you know. I was nervous, obviously, but my interview was kind of spontaneous. I just showed up, and then Lauren comes, sits on the front porch, no notes or anything. She asked me some questions and just said basically, yeah, you're hired. You'll be a great addition to the team.
Well, for me, I learned legacy from a friend. Like, she would always talk about this workplace, and I thought, well, if I'm about to graduate like high school, this would be like a good workplace for me to start out in.
I really enjoy passing on the skills of being able to transplant, being able to grow plants, being able to maintain a garden, because it requires a certain degree of gentleness that I think a lot of people don't get taught in life.
My boss wants us to make planters, so I'm just trying right now. This is a harder clay I haven't worked with for a bit, and it's a little bit easier to make taller than softer ones.
I grew up in the foster system. I had just been in like a lot of trouble, especially recently. Trouble with home life and the police and just up to not good behavior in general. I got kicked out of a couple schools. I got suspended a lot. I was bouncing around from place to place.
So I bounced around. I'm in the foster care system. I mean, I ping-ponged around.
Well, I was in foster care. It was kind of hard to find somebody to hire me.
Pre-legacy, it felt kind of more like I wasn't really being myself out there.
When I first got on board with Legacy, I was living in a motel in kind of like a red light district part of Wichita. Actually, only a few blocks from where Legacy's at. And it kind of felt like I had nothing. You know, nothing I owned was actually mine. There was no sense of home. There was no sense of being in a place like a motel where you have people that you don't know coming in your room every hour. You know, there is no sense of security in a place like that.
I feel like work in general, like being outside has really impacted my mental health and my physical health. I feel like I'm more healthier than I was like cooped up in my room like a couple of years ago. And also just the social aspect of being outside with people that you know.
Legacy is kind of that job where you could be yourself. They understand everything, and pretty much it was the first job that I actually got to be myself. And unlike most jobs where you have to be an adult instantly, gotta act your age, gotta do all this. Legacy, they understand that you're still a teenager. They understand that you're not gonna understand everything right away. And that's one thing that this job really does. Like, they understand everybody. Nobody is the same here.
I guess working at Legacy has helped me become more social, like having to work at the cafe and interacting with customers. I guess it has made me less nervous to talk to new people, and also has shown me like skills about leadership.
Well, for one, planting crops and then watching them grow as weeks or into months and months into however long I'll end up being here. It's enjoyable to know that, you know, like I planted those crops. I weeded that bed. You know what I mean? It's like your own way of knowing that you were here and that you helped do this. And maybe some of this without you wouldn't be possible.
Around here, it's stable. I mean, people come and go, you know, with every job, but I've learned that every day I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna see Miss Lauren. Every day, or nearly every day, I'm gonna see Ricardo or Liam. There's a huge chunk of reliability here that with foster care, you'll take whatever form of reliability you can get at this point.
LegacyWorks gave me a chance to actually show myself around others and not just conform to what society thinks I should be.
And me when I was younger, I used to be like a very anxious person. So I feel like if I told myself, oh, the people over there are very understanding, they'll be able to help you with your social anxiety, I feel like that would help me a lot.
It's a sense of like, it's a rewarding feeling knowing that you help something along its way to be used in the future, but it's also therapeutic. Like I mentioned with the staying in motels and not having any like real kind of possession because everything could be stolen at any moment or something you borrowed or you owe someone money. It gives you something to latch onto when there really isn't a whole lot of hope going around. So I think it probably got me through those times a lot easier than if I hadn't had Legacy.
I love working with plants. I love being hands-on. I love just being around good people, having a sense of community. You're not going to find that really anywhere else.
You know, at some point, you start talking to them, and you realize that they're not going to judge you for who you are on the inside.
This job has given me a fresh new perspective on life, other than just being work.
It was a place where I could contribute and see my contributions actually mean something, which was really important because I've been struggling with mental health and, you know, just in general not doing so well.
We only have just enough pretty much between our 3 gardens for like the, 20 odd customers we have, especially when you're harvesting continually and not just doing one big harvest. And I think I definitely want to expand the garden.
I'm excited to graduate in like 2 years. Right now, I really gotta start locking in though, because I don't want to fail junior year, because that's horrible.
Well, one of my ultimate goals is to become an airplane pilot. That's like my dream job. They've helped like guide me on where I need to go to get help. Like there's flight schools and things like that.
That's what Legacy does. Like, if you need help for the future plans, they'll help you out. They'll get in contact with their friends or get in contact with everybody else to get you that future job. Like, you just don't gotta jump here and not know what you're gonna do. They'll help you out with that.
Community. I would say community because we're very tight-knit. We're very close, and being like an outcast is not gonna fly at Legacy because there's a lot of people who are eager to meet new people and are eager to hear about you and your story.
You're still gonna make these mistakes, and they're not gonna take it out of you. They're gonna talk to you about it. They're gonna understand everything, and then it's up to you if you want to change your act. And if you do, they're gonna see it. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you come a long way. You were first a trouble kid, and now you're over here helping other kids out."
You know, I've been told that building anything is no different than making art, and an artist will always see his own imperfections. So it's just, I'm constantly seeing ways I could improve in the things that I've done wrong in the past. But but it's moving me forward to be better. Not only with, building a fence, but in life too.
The people you meet here are one of the best people that I've met in my life. And I'm sure that if you were to come here, they would be probably one of the best people you'd meet.
Legacy really just gave me a place that I could, be a part of, like how you would at a normal home. It's a collective.